Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the bench work and what we're going to do to achieve the bench work that we need. So I'm standing over here what will be the future North Green Bay yard. And in this area all along, I needed to make the bench work very narrow because underneath we're going to have the second level with staging and run-through trains. So in all the area that is present, I needed to make the bench work very small. And how was I going to do to achieve that? So to make the thin bench work that I'm speaking of, I've bought 3/4 inch furniture grade plywood at a local lumberyard, and I've ripped it down into dimensional size lumber. So with one sheet of plywood, you get many of pieces of that you need for the dimensional lumber. So I've ripped it down to 2 inch for the areas that I was speaking of, and I've already ripped some for 3 inches for the future island. So so once we ripped our plywood to the sizes that we need, the dimensions that we need, in this case it's 2 inches, I just done a simple box frame, and this is going to be covered in a plywood to strengthen. And to fasten it together, we've purchased this Craig pocket tool kit. And you clamp like the pieces to the edge, and it drills the hole on an angle so that the screw comes out through the center of the edge of the plywood. It keeps the either plywood or dimensional lumber, it'll keep the edges from splitting. So it's a pretty cool tool to invest in. And the neat thing about it is once you have your boards fastened underneath and screwed in from the angle, if you ever have to adjust them, you can easily go underneath the benchwork, unscrew these to adjust it without having to take the whole tabletop off. So yeah, it was a worthwhile investment. Another thing with COVID being here and at the time the unavailability to buy lumber, I searched on our local marketplace, and I found a local fella that builds caskets for crematorium, and we made a deal and I get all the end cut pieces. So it's good to be frugal sometimes because we don't need full sheet. And with all these half pieces, it works out great for a model railroad. So in the areas that I'm going to need to make a continual piece, I've used a biscuit joiner on the ends, and I've just easy glued it together to make for the roadbed. So yeah, it's pretty easy. It's going to be an easy video this day. Stay tuned for next week. We'll continue along, and it's good to have you on board. So have a great weekend. Take care.